now, but kind of. Kind of.
I'm Olivia Smith, and would you all please rise to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now our athletic director, Mr. Lyons, will come say a few words.
Good evening and welcome to the Sports Award Ceremony for the senior class of 2021 at Juniata Valley High School. I'm honored to host this ceremony to commemorate the achievements of our teams, coaches, and athletes. This event showcases the commitment shown by our student athletes within our sports programs and within our community. We are here to announce the deserving athletic award winners. A huge congratulations to all the senior student athletes in this room. You have definitely set a high mark for future athletes to strive to match. I hope you will continue to achieve brilliance in your respective sports careers at the next level and in other phases of your life. I'd like to take time to also express my gratitude toward the coaches who have spent countless hours with these athletes. I would like to thank them for their commitment and dedication to our athletics program. We are fortunate to have one of the best groups of high school coaches in the area. Everybody's complete dedication to the young people in this room is a true testament of our community. This event would not be possible without you. Lastly, I'd like to thank all the volunteers, families, and friends for making the athletics department at Juniata Valley something we can all be proud of. Babe Ruth once said, "The way a team plays together determines its success." You may have the greatest bunch of individual stars in the world, but if they don't play together, the team can't reach its full potential. I would again like to thank everyone for attending this evening to recognize our student athletes. Please welcome to the podium our MCs for this evening, Miss Emma Musser, Miss Olivia Smith, and Miss Madison Ormsby.
Will Mrs. McCrum please come up to present the girls and boys cross-country awards?
I'd like to start by extending my congratulations to the entire class of 2021. It was an interesting year and a challenging year for all of you, but y'all made it through with a lot of success, so congratulations. I'd like to thank Coach Gehagen and Coach Hess for all they do for our cross-country program. Because of the pandemic, we were a little bit nervous going into the 2020 season, not really knowing what would happen. Fortunately, we were able to finish the season in its entirety, and we ended up being very successful. Our junior high runners continued to gain experience, improve their times and competitiveness, and also won many individual awards at numerous races. Our boys team competed well with each of the teams in our league and continued to improve times and scores over the course of the season. Our senior boys provided terrific leadership, and our younger boys provided the depth we needed to be competitive. One of our seniors, Matt Musser, was a member of the ICC All-Star team. Our girls team won the league for the 4th year in a row. They won the ICC championship meet and finished in 6th place at a highly competitive District 6 championship meet. We had several team members win individual awards throughout the course of the season, including at invitationals and championship meets. Morgan Hess was the ICC All-Star MVP with a perfect point score, qualified for the PIAA state championships, and finished in 26th place, narrowly missing all-state recognition. Our team is full of amazing student athletes who work hard, support each other, and become like family during the course of the season. They are some of the best young people that I know. I'd like to take just a second to recognize our cross-country seniors, all of them. They already received their letter awards back in the fall, but I think they should stand and be recognized now. Matt Musser is a 2-year letter award winner. Ethan Kern is a 4-year letter award winner. Ella McGargle, a 3-year letter award winner. Natalie Zimmerman, a 2-year letter award winner. And Zan Dyerson, a 4-year letter award winner. I'd like to thank each one of them for being terrific leaders for our team and always working so hard for our program. I'm going to start with the Outstanding Male Cross Country Award. This year's Outstanding Male Cross Country Award is actually going to 2 gentlemen. The first young man has competed on the cross country team for the past 2 years. Each year he made great improvements in his race times and finished his senior season with some of his personal bests. He's been a consistent scorer for us at each meet and was our top finisher at almost every race this past season. His senior season he broke 20 minutes in 3 of his races and was a member of the ICC All-Star team. He has served as an excellent teammate and team leader, always pushing and encouraging his teammates, and he can always be heard wherever he is on the course, yelling for his team. I thank him for his commitment to our sport and his team and wish him all the best. I'm happy to present the Outstanding Male Cross Country Award to Matt Musser. I don't think the second young man is here, but I still would like to speak about him. Our second Outstanding Male Cross Country Award is going to a young man who has been a member of our cross country team for the past 4 seasons. His improvement over the course of 4 years has been remarkable. He has taken over 10 minutes off of his 5K time since his freshman year, finishing his senior season with times almost breaking 20 minutes. His improvement is not only seen in his racing times, but also in his attitude towards the sport and towards racing in general. He has become a reliable athlete, consistent with his competitiveness and work ethic. He is an amazing teammate and helps provide a positive environment for our team. It's been a pleasure coaching him, and I'm incredibly proud to present this year's Outstanding Male Cross Country Award to Ethan Kern. This year's Outstanding Female Cross Country Award goes to a young lady who's been competing on the cross country team for the past 3 years. I'm happy that she joined our team because she's been an incredible worker. She's been a scorer for us every year, and she's played a significant role in the team's multiple ICC championship wins. There's never a doubt that this young lady is giving 100% at every meet. We often joke about how she will literally be dry heaving as she's running through the course, but she never ever stops. I always knew she was an athlete who I could count on. She's been dedicated to her team each season and provided terrific leadership this past season as a senior. I will miss working with her and wish her all the best, as I'm sure she'll be successful in everything she pursues in the future. I'm very proud to present this year's Outstanding Female Cross Country Award to Ella McGargle. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to welcome Miss Reed for the Volleyball Award.
Good evening. As she said, I'm Coach Reed, and I'm here to present the Outstanding Senior Volleyball Player for this year. But first, I'd like to congratulate this year's senior class on your accomplishments and for dealing with all the struggles that you've had to face this year. And I'd like to wish you good luck in all your future plans. Congratulations. This season, our coaches, players, parents, fans were faced with a situation that no one has ever seen before. Quarantines, ever-changing rules, restrictions, regulations, literally changing every day and every game. We were very fortunate to have our season continue and be as successful as possible, and everyone remained healthy. I thank God for that, and for Wes for keeping us updated on the daily changing situations, and especially thankful to our teams for rolling with whatever came our way and not letting it interfere with the successful Hornet volleyball season. This season, our team finished with a record of 9-7 and secured a home District 6 playoff game versus Bishop McCord. That is where our season ended, unfortunately, with a heartbreaking loss of 23-25 in the fourth set. But nevertheless, keeping with the true Hornet tradition of volleyball and making it to the D6 playoffs again this season. I'm so proud of this team for all their efforts and their perseverance that they showed this year. I'd like to acknowledge this year's seniors. Please stand up. Number 5, our setter, right side player, Gretchen Payne. Number 11/number 31, because she played libero for us, Maya Hall. Number 13, setter, right side, outside, basically anywhere we put her, Olivia Smith. And number 12, middle hitter, Miss Emma Musser. This year's outstanding senior player has finished her career here at JV with 455 service points, 106 aces, 36 assists, 623 digs, 994 kills, 448 blocks. She was also chosen to the ICC North All-Star League team and the District 6A All-Star team as well during her 4 years as a varsity starter. This year's Outstanding Volleyball Award goes to Emma Musser.
Now would Mr. Musser please come forward to present the Football Award, the Charles R. Boyer Award sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Chet Boyer, and the Hammer Award in memory of Robert Ginsburg.
Thank you and good evening. I as well would like to say congratulations and good luck to the graduating class of 2021. They spent a little time with me this morning and they're already tired of listening to me. So I'm going to make this short and sweet. Unfortunately, a couple of weeks back we had our football banquet, so they have a good understanding of what I have said and what I think of them all as young men. Just a couple of things to point out team-wise. This past season, we were 6-3. We made the district playoffs for now the 6th consecutive year. District semifinals, at least the district semifinals for the 4th consecutive year, which coincides with the fact that these young men in a senior class came to us as freshmen. It was that year that the ICC made the change that made 7th and 8th grade junior high football, 9th through 12th junior varsity football. But we were fortunate to have these young men for those 4 years. So with the senior members of the football team, please stand. We're very proud of. Over a 4-year time period, they are the winningest football team through Juniata Valley with 34 victories. And they are also the winningest playoff football team coming through Juniata Valley over that same 4-year time span. So congratulations, gentlemen. I'm going to deviate from the program slightly. I'm going to first start with the Charles R. Boyer Award, which of course is sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Chet Boyer. This award is to be given to athletes an athlete or two on the football team that don't always get that recognition, don't get the name in the paper, maybe not get the recognition of all-stars or things of that nature at the end of the day, but they come to work every day and they work extremely hard on the football field. And I can only say that I'm going to speak as if I'm talking about one person, but I'm talking about two. These two young men came out for football as freshmen, and they made every workout we had that freshman year. Going into summer camp, whenever we started to get into the conditioning portion of things, they could often be found, let's just say, on the bank, on the hill, away from the rest of the team a little bit after giving conditioning. And at first, we as coaches were like, you know, what's the issue? What are we doing? What's the problem? What's going on? But then we really started to step back and take a look. These two young men were doing what we asked any and all athletes to do. They were giving us what they had in that conditioning drill, to the point where their bodies were starting to react. Let's just say that. But coming fast forward over those 4 years, this past year, coming into the season, we definitely had some holes on our offensive line. Now, if you remember correctly from last year, we had a couple of 300-pound center guard type people. Well, how are we going to replace them? Why, of course, we're going to pick a 5'8", 145-pound player to fit in for a 300-pounder, and we're going to pick a 190-pounder. So, they know who I'm talking about. It's no secret these two young men worked extremely hard over the course of their 4 years. Maybe, at best combined, they missed 5 workouts. And that is Daniel and Samuel Wagner. They will both be getting plaques. Daniel's was just misspelled. But Daniel was fortunate enough to be selected to play in the Lesser Lumber Classic on Sunday, along with Adam Boone, and Gabe Brower and Hunter Johnson. The Lesser Lumbers of Central Pennsylvania. Hunter Johnson was also part of the East-West All-Star Game, which was played this past Sunday at Central Dolphin. And Gabe Brower was also part of that team. I was extremely proud of the way that they represented Juniata Valley. Hunter, I believe, was in on 5 pass plays. He covered what ended up being the East squad's MVP, and he covered him man-to-man. And during that process, while Hunter was covering him, he gave up 1 reception. He had 3 passes defensed, which means he touched the ball, batted it down, and then he had 1 where I think he was a little lucky because he slipped and the kid, well, he must have scared the kid. So Hunter was involved in it. Hunter will also be playing at Frostburg State. He will be punting and holding for them. So that is, I'm extremely proud of that. We're going to step back now and I'm going to take a look at the Hammer Award. This is in memory of one of my high school teammates and classmates, Robert Gensmore, and if his wife and daughter would come forward, I'd appreciate it, please. The award is known as the Hammer Award, and if anybody knew Bobby, you knew that that was so true. Bobby was just that, a hammer. And if you think about a hammer and how he got to be a hammer, it's the fact that a hammer's job is to just keep pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding and never asking why. And it's the kind of the ultimate team concept. And all I can tell you about Bobby Gensmore, I can tell you 2 funny things about, no, I can't. I can only tell you 1 funny thing about Bobby Gensmore, is that he was exactly that. Coach Klaus, who was our coach at the time, whenever we needed that extra yard on offense, or whenever we needed that big stop on defense, he would just simply call out hammer, and away we'd go. We knew we were running behind Bobby, or defensively, we were turning him loose. But I'll tell you one thing about Bobby, he was the ultimate team player. If somebody was down, needed picked up, Bobby was there. If at the end of practice, if things needed to be cleaned up, taken care of, Bobby was there. And I can say that with great confidence that the young man that's receiving the Robert Gensmore Hammer Award, Bobby would be very proud of. This young man, again, came to us 4 years ago. His sophomore year, district championship year, district playoff game, he was thrown into a starting role. In his junior and senior year, he just constantly worked hard and was wherever we asked him to play. Linebacker, line, defensive line, fullback. He was where we wanted him to be and needed him to be. And so the Hammer Award goes to Adam Boone. The Outstanding Senior Football Award goes to a young man that I literally had to tell to stop. We literally got into a shouting match in the practice field last season because his legs were hurting him so hard, but yet he wouldn't stop. And I was afraid that he was going to injure or hurt himself to the point where he wasn't going to be able to return. But that's what we have to understand about this young man. He came to us as a freshman. That was the first he'd played football since flag football. And I don't know, maybe it was the tackle that Emma put on in flag football that scared him from football until that point. But when he came back as a freshman, he came out, his first play was the opening kickoff at Tussey Mountain. Running down the field, kickoff, makes a cut, comes over, said he did something to his foot. He's a freshman. What do you think when a freshman says he did something to his foot? Well, he hurt it, turns out he broke it, and he missed his freshman year. But that, oddly enough, got him focused and got him more dedicated and determined than ever to play. And he became a starter the next 3 years. And as I said, he's made multiple, you can look for yourself on the page, the next page. He's made multiple ICC All-Star teams. He made the East-West State All-Star team. He made the Lesser Lumber All-Star team. He is going to play football at Bloomsburg University. He's worked extremely hard. I've said this before, I'll say this again. He's one of the people that understand the idea of hard work meeting good talent to become a great success. The outstanding football player for Juniata Valley's class of 2021, Gabe Brower. Thank you very much.
Now we ask Mr. Smith to come and give the girls' basketball award.
Good evening. The 2021 basketball season was very challenging physically and mentally. Beginning last summer, early summer of last year, the players were involved in a league in Altoona, Building 2, where they worked basically to get better. And I was, at that time, not really hired, so to speak, so I just kind of watched on the sideline as the team progressed throughout that summer league basketball experience. And basically they developed themselves and became a little bit more familiar with each other, because a lot of those players, if you go back through the last 4 years, were not an integral part of the teams that preceded them. So they basically were getting to know each other a lot, and I was getting to actually see some of the new talent that was coming up, and to try to develop some of the needs that we would need as the season came about. That development continued throughout the fall with morning lifts and evening workouts. We had some very dedicated individuals who took it upon themselves to become bigger, faster, stronger, and ultimately became an overall better basketball player because of that hard work and dedication. As November approached, we could see that our season would not be like any other year previous. It was going to be delayed, and more delays and more delays. Usually we get started towards the end of November with basketball, and it really didn't happen until mid-December, until we actually could do some of the things that we needed to do. But finally we were able to practice until shutdowns began again, And it seemed like we started our preseason multiple times. So it was basically, we would start, we would be shut down, we'd start, it was just very frustrating. The girls were frustrated, the coaches were frustrated, and I'm sure the parents were frustrated as well. So we eventually got to start in mid-January. We played some very good teams. We started out with Tyrone, who went very far in the AAA division. We knew they were going to be a solid team. And then we ended up playing Bishop Guilfoyle. Maybe that was our first game. It was our first game. So Bishop Guilfoyle, as you know, they were single A, but they were extremely talented. They ended up winning the state championship in single A. So we had a pretty good idea of what we had just by looking at those two particular games with our girls. At times we played very well as the season went on, but other times we struggled when we probably shouldn't have. So it was kind of frustrating on the coach's part this season. We really wanted to end up in better shape than what we were towards as the season progressed. I'm very appreciative of the help we got this year from my assistant coaches, Joel Pheasant, Mike Reed, Greg Simpson, and my wife Anita Smith. My wife and myself, we had to pull double duty with the junior high program, which was very down this year as far as numbers were concerned. So that became a challenge as well. Looking at the assistant coaches, they provided our program because most of them have been in the program for many years, multiple years. And they are great role models for our girls. Greg Simpson and Mike Reed and Joel Pheasant, they all bring positive attributes to the team. All the girls were great to work with, 3 of them being our senior leaders. The 3 senior leaders were definitely the heart and soul of this team. They came in this year with a great deal of experience, and each brought with them their own special talents that helped in many ways. The 3 seniors, if you guys would stand, I'd appreciate it. Emma Musser, Maylin Payne, and Olivia Smith. All contributed on and off the court. In addition to this year, the previous 3 years, these seniors were part of probably the most successful girls basketball program in school history. One particular senior put in countless hours preparing for this basketball season by participating in AAU travel basketball, 6 a.m. workouts, individual workouts throughout the fall, and by pushing herself and her teammates to be the best they possibly could be. Her work ethic, her love of basketball has made her into one of the premier players in the area. After consulting with all my assistant coaches and evaluating all the ways she contributed to this team, it is my pleasure to present the outstanding girls basketball player to my daughter, Olivia Smith. Just to note, Olivia will be also attending Frostburg State University, which is a Division II university, and she will be furthering her academic and athletic career as a basketball player. Thank you.
Now will Mr. Robertson please come up to present the boys basketball award.
I'm going to fill in for Coach Robinson. The winter sports season was proven to provide many challenges to all of our teams. The boys team persevered through adversity and with a young team competed and completed a competitive season. The team improved throughout the season and showed great attitude and togetherness. The award winner for the class of 2021 demonstrated patience, determination, and a great ability to overcome adversity. The Senior Basketball Award for the class of 2021 goes to Gary Beck.
Now would Mr. Green please come forward to present the JAMA Green Award.
Good evening. I'm John Green. I'm JAMA's uncle. She's my big brother's daughter. First of all, I want to congratulate, well, first of all, I want to applaud the parents, coaches, teachers. This has been a tough year on everyone, and a lot of adaptations and a lot of adjustments. And to the seniors, you ought to be proud of yourself. Sounds like you finished with style. So you'll take that with you forever. This award is the JAMA Green Award, and I'll just read it for you. It's congratulations for the JAMA Green Award, recognizing participation in the girls basketball program, outstanding work ethic, academic performance, and a very high level of sportsmanship. JAMA was the head basketball coach here from 2003 to 2010, as well as a volunteer coach for the 2 years prior. She was dedicated to coaching many young ladies who played on her team during her coaching years, urging them to give their best efforts on the court as well as in the community. She was a family-oriented individual. She was a family-oriented individual who cared deeply about young people. Her strong faith helped her live through the pain inherent of sickle cell anemia. JAMA loved this basketball program and loved the girls that she coached. The young lady that is receiving this award, JAMA never got to coach, but I know JAMA loved her. I know JAMA would be extremely proud of her right now, of her accomplishments, and would want to wish her all the success in the world. Emma Musser. Thank you.
Now we'd like to welcome Mr. Appleman for the Phil Speck Memorial Award.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me here. Sitting here and listening to all these awards, I always think back to when I coached at a small school as well. And there is so many great athletes, in these small rural schools. And you can be proud of the ones that you've raised here, and the coaching staff and the teachers. It's really a credit to this high school. Reading about your results all year long in the paper. I now live in State College, so I rely on the Center Daily Times, which isn't very good for high school. But I've read about all of your accomplishments, and I say congratulations. You had a great season, overcoming a lot of adversity. It gives me great honor tonight to be here to present the Phil Speck Memorial Scholarship Award. For those of you not familiar with Coach Speck, he was a 1975 graduate of Huntington High School, where he was a three-sport athlete, earning 7 varsity letters in football, baseball, and basketball, and was a special education teacher for 30 years at Southern Huntington. He also served there for 12 years as athletic director. This year's award winner, believe me, checks all these boxes that we talked about. A chance to work with
football, wrestling, and baseball. So one more award for the wrestling program, or an individual. The Garrett Scott Memorial Wrestling Award is sponsored by the Scott family. The Garrett Scott Memorial Wrestling Award was established by the family of Garrett Alton Scott to encourage and recognize an exceptional, deserving senior wrestler who is pursuing either college or the armed forces and who exhibit the love and dedication to the sport of wrestling while also demonstrating good sportsmanship, citizenship, excellence in the classroom, leadership, and who is encouraging to others. This award celebrates the legacy and commitment of Garrett Scott, whose admirable talent, passion, and dedication to the sport of wrestling has changed the lives of wrestlers within our community, state, and around the globe. This year's Garrett Scott Memorial Wrestling Award winner is Eli Mortar. Thank you.
Would Mrs. McCrum please come forward to present the Girls Track and Field Awards?
I'd like to start by thanking all of our coaches who helped make this track season successful. Coach Musser, Coach Bartlett, Coach Boone, Coach Morton, Coach Price, and Coach Hofziger. This was a very interesting and exciting track and field season. Because we didn't get to have a season last year, we essentially went into this track season with 2 freshman classes, 2 groups of girls who were new to the sport, and figuring out where they would be most successful. The combination of upper class leadership from our great group of seniors and combined with the depth provided by our newcomers allowed us to be very successful. We suffered 1 loss in the first meet of the season, but then went on to win every other meet and finished our regular season with an impressive 10-1 record. For the first time ever, our girls won the ICC championship meet. We also had 8 girls qualify for the District 6 championship meet in a total of 16 events. At that meet, 3 of those young ladies placed in the top 8, Morgan Hess, Emma Musser, and Maddie Hofziger. Those same 3 young ladies also finished in the top 10 of point scorers for our entire league. Morgan was named the MVP of the league. This group of young ladies is truly talented. It's exciting to work with them, and it's exciting to see what the future holds for this group. They were led by an amazing group of seniors, and I want to thank those seniors for providing the guidance and experience, and they're definitely all going to be missed next year. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give out the letter awards for our 6 seniors this year. Our 3- and 4-year letter winners will receive their plaques at graduation. So I'm going to start with Erin Glass, who's a 1st-year letter winner. Gretchen Payne, a 2-year letter winner. Kat Kaufman, a 3-year letter winner. Ella McGargle, a 3-year letter winner. Zan Dyerson, a 3-year letter winner. And Emma Musser, a 4-year letter winner. This year's Outstanding Female Track Award goes to a young lady who's been competing on the track and field team for the past 4 years. She's an excellent athlete who's made an impact on the team by being a consistent scorer in multiple events each year. She's one of those athletes that can be successful in many different areas. On the track, she focused mainly on the hurdles and the 1,600-meter relay. She's placed and scored in several invitationals and championship meets in those events. She qualified for districts in the 300-meter hurdles during both her freshman and sophomore years, and competed in the district meet in the 1600-meter relay in both her freshman and senior seasons. This young lady is not only a talented athlete, but also a great teammate and leader. She was always supportive of her teammates, encouraging them to push harder and congratulating them on their successes. We're going to miss her on the team next year a lot, and I wish her all the best. I'm proud to present this year's Outstanding Female Track Award to Emma Musser. And Emma can just stay up here for another minute while I talk about the Outstanding Female Field Award. This year's Outstanding Female Field Award also goes to Emma Musser. Emma is an exceptional athlete, strong and competitive in every meet. She's competed in a variety of events, like I mentioned, but in the field focused on the shot put and discus. She has scored more points than I can count in each event, and is placed in the shot put in multiple large meets. She had a very respectable 9th place district meet finish in the shot put during her sophomore season, and this past spring she qualified for the finals in the shot put at the very competitive Igloo meet and Shippensburg Invitational. At the District 6 championship meet, Emma threw her career best in the shot put, earning her a 5th place finish. Her athletic accomplishments are exceptional, but what stands out the most about Emma is her positive attitude and kindness toward others. She is the epitome of a leader with her dedication, work ethic, and support of other people. It has been an honor for me to coach such an amazing young lady, and I'm beyond proud to present this year's Outstanding Female Field Award also to Emma Musser.
Now we ask Mr. Musser to present the Boys Track and Field Award.
First, I'd like to say thank you to the administration here at Juniata Valley. Throughout this, we've all talked about it. All the coaches have talked about how trying a year it was. The one thing we knew throughout the entire time was that we had support. And we had support from the administration. We had support from our athletic director. We had support from each other. Valuable resources were coaches that we could lean on to help each other out. For this year's track season, for the boys track team, first of all, I'd like to say congratulations to Coach McCrum, Coach Hopsicker, and the girls track coaches. Tremendous season. It was just an exceptionally fun time to be around with them, winning the ICCs, the meets, traveling together. It was just a lot of fun. For the boys track team, and again, the coaches, Coach McCrum named them, Coach Hopsicker, Coach McCrum, Coach Boone, Coach Price, Coach Morton, and of course, Coach Bartlett. He brought the energy for all of us every day. The boys track team this year, we ended up with a 6 and 7 record, just missing the opportunity for a 500 at our last track meet, with just a couple of very good, exceptional events actually from the opposing team. A couple of kids jumped and threw farther than they had all season on events we thought that we had the opportunity to win, which would help us with the meet. But our senior boys this year, if they would come forward, I'd greatly appreciate it. Senior boys for the track team, come down here, please. Come to this side. Let's get the ball. This year we had a first-year letter winner, a person who came out actually about 3 days into the track season, but certainly was an integral part of a 4x4 relay team that ended up winning the district championship and then making their way to the state track meet. Again, I'd like to tell you some stories, but I was sworn to secrecy. First-year track letter winner, Gabe Brower. Another first-year track letter winner, Colin Spar. Second-year award winners will get pins. Second-year award winner Cole Funk. And second-year award winner Michael Musser. And what we found out today, which was very good news for Michael Musser, he might not even know this yet, but he was the ICC All-Star in the 400-meter dash. He was also part of the District 6 winning 4x1 relay team, and quite possibly the loudest, quietest member of our track team. Three-year letter winner, Matt Musser. The next two gentlemen are four-year letter winners. As Coach McCrum said, they will be receiving their plaques with their diplomas on Saturday, 2 p.m. You want to tune in or come visit us. It's only supposed to be 87 degrees. We'll be good. Four-year letter winner, boys outstanding track athlete. Again, take your time. You can take a look in here and we can see this very simply. The young man was a four-year competitor from the get-go in track. He loved the hurdles. He was a district champion this past season in the hurdles. It was a very rare occurrence to see him moving around the track with, when I mean this, not running with the phone in his hand, but once he ran a set of hurdles, once he practiced a set of hurdles, once he went over a hurdle in practice, he would then go see the film that he had taken, and he would critique himself. And it actually got to the point where we had the discussion this year where you just have to run. Don't overthink everything. Just run. And I think this year that he proved whenever he just did that, good things happen. He, again, District 6 champion and a third place bronze medalist at the PIAA State track meet this past Friday. He also was the 9th place finisher in the 300 hurdles. And he was part of the 4x1 relay team that took 10th at States this past Friday. I can only say this about the young man. Again, it goes without saying, the hard work, the dedication gets paid off, but this young man showed it on the track and off, as he's going to go to Middlebury College in Vermont to run track, but that is a very difficult academic school to get into, and he certainly earned the right to do that. And he's probably going to ski a little bit while he's there. Our outstanding senior sports for track, Jefferson Hill. Our senior, outstanding senior for boys field came to us as a freshman. He had played baseball until that point. Really, we're not sure 100% where we were going to have him participate, but the beauty of being a freshman is you get to try each of the events, multiple events, and go from there. The only thing we were pretty sure of is that he was not going to be a distance runner. No disrespect, Coach McCrum, but that's the one thing we knew he was not going to be. As it turned out, he found an area and a home in the jumps, in the long and triple jump. And throughout the course of his freshman and sophomore years, we could consistently see his distances grow. We could consistently see his mind working and understanding what it took to be successful. And then, of course, last year we had the pandemic. Season canceled. But that didn't mean that whenever he had the opportunity, he didn't sneak into a pit somewhere and jump. It would not be uncommon for me on a Sunday afternoon to be sitting at my house enjoying a nice cold soda pop and to get a video. Coach, what do you think of this? And there would be a video of this young man triple jumping or long jumping. Talk to him a little bit, get him a couple of pointers. Actually got the opportunity to get him to a couple of local coaches who are specialists in the jump area, and he really took off. This past season, he won the Shippensburg Invitational with a jump of 44 feet 1 3/4 inches, which is also a new school record. He also set the school record at Everett for the long jump at 21 feet 7 inches. So it goes without saying that he also embraced the idea that talent plus hard work plus dedication equals great success. So Jefferson embraced that. I talked about Gateman football. I talked about the relay team. I talked about these young men, and certainly Hunter Johnson exemplified that as well. Our outstanding. Finally, I'd just like to close my portion tonight by simply saying thank you to the parents. All the success starts at home. And you guys, as parents, have done a tremendous job of putting a foundation together that we as coaches only had to build on and continue to build on. And for me personally, all I can say is thank you for allowing me to have a small piece in the young men and young women's lives that you have given us. So thank you very much. Class of 2021, great things are ahead of you.
Will Mr. Lyons please come forward to present the softball award?
Mr. Belinda asked me to stand in for him as well. A quick 2021 season recap. After losing the spring 2020 season to COVID, we came into this season excited and eager to play. The season started with a preseason scrimmage win that unfortunately was dampened by the season-ending injury to one of our starters. Next came two tough opponents, Williamsburg and Claysburg, that resulted in losses. Those losses just made the team more determined to put in the effort to make the season a success. 3 games later, and a winning record, the team was finally believing in themselves. Expectations rose, and the team played with more confidence the rest of the season and played 500 ball the rest of the way. The regular season ended, the Hornets having a record of 9-9, putting them into the district playoffs for the first time in the last 10 years. The team played the #1 seed Marion Center and battled the entire game, but unfortunately came up short, losing 10-9. The season ended with a 9-10 record and a .346 team batting average. The team scored 167 runs with 153 RBIs. A successful season, to say the least. This year's senior softball award is going to an individual who from day one on the varsity squad was a joy to coach and just fun to be around. She is very determined to get the most out of her athletic ability in the sport. When she embraced what the coaching staff was teaching, she steadily improved throughout the 4 years of high school and caught the eye of the most discriminate fan. As a senior, she had her best year to date, as her batting and fielding numbers were among the league leaders in multiple categories. More importantly, she led by example and was a supportive voice in both games and at practice. In the view of the coaching staff, she will be hard to replace, and we wish her the best in her years at college. Congratulations to this year's Outstanding Softball Award winner, Maylin Payne.
Would Mr. Henser please come forward to present the baseball award?
Hello again. So first off, I want to thank my assistant coaches, Marty Rupert, Travis Edwards, Sean Wilson, and Jeff Leidig. The support staff that we have in the baseball program, I think is second to none. They put in a lot of work, knowledgeable, and I think they get the most out of our players. To this point in the season, we've had a pretty good season so far, and we're fortunate to be still playing. There's not many teams at this point in time of the year that are still playing baseball or softball. We're 10-2 in conference play, which earned us co-champions of the ICC North Division, tied with Mount Union, who is currently playing for the 2A district championship right now. On the season overall, we're 14-5 as of today. 4 of those losses have been to teams playing for district championships. So we've played some really tough, good competition. Our schedule has prepared us for what is next. And of those 4 losses of those district champion playing teams, we lost to Tyrone by 4. They're playing in the 3A championship. Northern Bedford by 2. They're playing in the District 5 Single A championship. Split with Mount Union. Lost a 7-5 game and beat them 2-1. They're playing right now in the 2A. And we lost 7-5 to Southern Huntington in 9 innings, who's playing Mount Union in the 2A district championship. So, we're competing. And as coaches, and I know you all agree that if you can get athletes to just compete on a daily basis, not worry about the outside stuff, the scoreboard, and just get them to compete, talent will take over, and usually good things are going to happen. So our team has done that. And in no small part, our success has been attributed to our senior class. We have a very talented team throughout, but the young ducklings need leaders, and our seniors have provided that this year. Our seniors are TJ Wilson, Dalton Dick, Landon Reed, and Levi Piro. I think I like quiet, doesn't complain much, does what you ask, and Dalton does that.
All right, and now to end off the night, we're gonna have Mr. Lyons.
Culture